I've ghosted you for too long and I'm so sorry. But welcome back to my YouTube channel. Get ready with me to shoot content for my online boutique while I do a quick reintroduction. I started my YouTube channel over a year now and I completely abandoned it a little bit into the end of last year. So we are getting back on track and trying to push back out some more content for you. Today, I'm creating some content for my online boutique. So while I'm getting ready to do that, I'm just gonna quickly reintroduce myself. For all my good girls who've still been here with me, I'm so sorry. Please accept my sincerest apology. I'm Cecilia, the owner of a Lux Idol Boutique. I'm 30 years old and I live in Brooklyn, New York City. So, thankfully we got the boring stuff out the way. Now, let's deep dive into, how I became an online boutique owner and the journey, the process of where we were then and where we are now. So, my boutique is 1 year old and it's been a long journey getting here. But before I even got to this 1 year mark, I had started an online boutique back in June of 2021 that completely failed. Don't get me wrong, I did do my research, but you could have all the knowledge in the world on how to make something successful, but if you are not able to properly execute it or you don't have all the resources to make it happen, trust and believe it will be some trial and error, and really only experience can bring about the fruits of success, if that makes sense. So you live and you learn, and pretty much you have to tackle each situation as it comes. When I initially started my online boutique, I was definitely at a point in my life where I was trying to figure out, what my passions are, what can I put my all into, spend some money on, invest in, that could develop like a career. And I absolutely tell the same story all the time. I was at work and just talking with one of my friends there, and she was saying she had an online boutique. I was like, this is intriguing. I was like, that should be right up my alley. After this entire conversation with her, I started to do my deep dive, and my boutique came about, the name Lux Idol. Of course, I did a typical name generation tool to kind of come up with the name. It goes with the brand so well now, but at first I never really had any meaning behind having that name for my boutique. Long and short of it, I did all the work, bought all the inventory, did my photo shoot, created all my social media platforms, and I just went with it. And at first it started off okay because the closest people to you will shop and you'll get a little support. But I had a real wake-up call after having like a couple months where nothing was selling. It was rough. No matter what I did, I feel like I was not reaching any type of audience or new people. But I did have like a little bit of a break 1 month where I dropped an item that actually sold. I had to restock and stuff like that. But other than that, it just was not profitable. It was just not bringing in enough to sustain the business at all. And I just had to take a step back and realize that, whoa, girl, what are you doing? Something's not right. It should be a little bit more progressive than it is at this point. So that's when I just kind of did a huge sale, try to clear as much stuff out as possible. And I went into this online boutique class to kind of just learn and see what I was missing or what kind of knowledge I could gain from somebody else who's been in the industry for a hot minute and also had a successful online boutique. I did all the work, and of course relaunching a boutique is very scary because in the back of your head you're still wondering will it be successful? Will the same thing happen again? So all of those nerves and anxiety was very much real. And I can say this though, you have to really have a love and passion for what you're doing, because that's what's going to actually just kind of drive you to keep going and give you that motivation and that push to consistently show up even if you feel on the inside like this crippling fear that it might not work out. Fast forward to October 4, 2022, we executed the relaunch plan. And just so y'all know, whenever I say we, I'm referring to the photographer, the model, the owner, the social media strategist, the marketing campaign manager, and literally every single person. That's me right now, that's doing everything on my own. So if I do ever say we, I'm actually talking about me. Fast forward to October 4, 2022, we relaunched. I relaunched, and at this point it was a lot more successful than my initial start into the boutique industry or the boutique world. Ultimately, a lot of that confidence came from being a lot more prepared and a little bit more knowledgeable, as well as having the clarity of what I was gonna sell, who it was for, how to reach that audience, and all that good little stuff that it takes a little bit marketing research to do. All in all, being an online boutique owner does take a lot of work. A lot of people say it all the time, a lot of consistency, but consistency in the right way too, because you could be consistent but not doing the right thing and it will just still not work out. That's just like the whole story of me just restarting my boutique, just to kind of give a quick recap of where we were and where we are now. Launching my business in October just meant that like Black Friday was super close by, so that was really a good advantage too, because when Black Friday came is when I got one of my biggest little breakaway, and I did talk about that back then in older videos. Fast forward, after that, we continued to pick up the pace as the time goes on. I will say there were moments when, of course, I kind of fell off, just because it is hard to run a business as well as the work that I do. I work at a restaurant and it takes a lot of physical energy that sometimes I just don't have the brain power or the strength to push through for my boutique when I do come home. Just to be 100% transparent, it's not all peaches and cream around here. There are days where I struggle. There are times when I don't get any orders for a day or even a week. But that's another story for another video, where I'll share with you all the ups and downs of running an online boutique, all the success stories, and all the trials as well. So make sure you subscribe to my channel from now, that way you can stick around for whenever I do go ahead and drop all the tea on what it takes to run an online boutique. I'm actually surprising myself with how quick I'm doing this makeup. I thought it would take me a lot longer, considering that I'm trying to make a video while doing it as well. But we are going by smoothly. If you ever have any questions for me too, let me know in the comments what your questions are, and I'll answer them in another video as best as I possibly can. Of course, we are fast forwarding to today. So it's been, of course, a year and some change, because we just turned 1 on October 4. There's just been some awesome wins, and I couldn't be more grateful for all the people that has supported me. So I will also say, like, definitely a lot of support does come from strangers, people who you don't know, who just loves your energy, your vibes, and will resonate with your boutique. And I cannot not say why I've been missing. I'm just going to sum it up to being busy, because I feel like for the past few months I've spent a lot of time just focusing on building my brand up, especially on TikTok, and it does take a lot of time to create content, to show up live every day, and to even keep up with Instagram. And y'all know things are consistently changing. Like, literally how you reach people changes so much every day. So it's been a lot of just the day-to-day that has taken up my time, and it made me feel like I don't have time to squeeze in making YouTube videos. But I'm challenging myself for the rest of the year to consistently just post the content, like to create the content for you, to give you updates, to share my story and my journey. And if it reaches you and touches your heart and helps you in any way, shape, or form, whether you are wanting to start your own online boutique like I did, or if it's just motivating you to get started on whatever business at all that you're interested in. And just know that the best thing to do is to start. And that's going to be like my advice from this whole reintroduction video, is to start, because girl, if you never try, you never know how good it could actually be. Take me for example. I'm living in my dream, my passion. It might not be exactly where I want to be. I might not be making the thousands of dollars that I would wish to make at this moment, but I see the bigger picture. Had I not given it another shot, would I be sitting here at this moment preparing to create some outfit videos for my new collection that's dropping on November 16? No. And this is what it's all about. It's just finding your passion and working towards that, and never like giving up, whatever that might be, whatever that might look like for you. If you've been here from day one, thank you so much for sticking around and waiting for me to come back. And if you are new and just coming in and getting to know me for the first time, thank you so much for coming and joining this amazing journey that we're on. That's it for today's video. Be sure to leave a thumbs up if you like this video, or if you want to keep coming back and watching us, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Bye girlies, thank you so much for spending the time getting ready with me.